So today we're gonna be making this indigenous dish. It's called pemmican. So usually they use 1,500 pounds of buffalo, but since we're in Ottawa, we can't use that. We can't kill a buffalo legally. So today we're gonna be using 2 pounds of ground beef, and we're gonna put it outside for 2 to 3 days for drying. Okay, so as a part of making pemmican up north, they use dried berries. In this case, I'm gonna be using wild blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries. I'm just gonna dry it outside for 2 to 3 days with the meats. And I'm gonna be making pemmican, which is a famous indigenous dish. It's mainly comprised of dried meat and dried berries. It's very calorie rich and is a main staple in northern indigenous food.
Pemmican was invented by the indigenous peoples of North America. It was widely adopted as a high-energy food by Europeans involved in the fur trade and later by the Arctic explorers. Based on historical accounts, the idea of pemmican dates back to at least 500 to 600 years, but it could well be thousands of years old. In the clip, I used melted butter instead of animal fat, which is stated in the poem, because of the fact that animal fat is very hard to find and is mostly illegal due to the fact of trans fat that is in it. A fun fact about pemmican is that it can last a long time without spoiling. This is because of two reasons. The meat is thoroughly dried and the meat is also salted. This makes pathogenic bacteria have trouble growing. I end up putting the meat in the bowl with the berries to mix all of it together. As you can tell, I use melted butter instead of animal fat due to the reason stated before, and also thought we had some in our fridge for like 2 days straight, but we ended up not having some, so I had to run to Walmart real quick and get some. Here I actually cut more meat and add it to the batch to give it more density. Also, when I tell you I needed to wear gloves like badly, I did, because the meat, like we left it outside on the counter for a bit, for like almost a day, and then we put it in the freezer, and when I like defrosted it, it smelled like absolute garbage. I actually had a hard time shaping the meat, mostly due to the fact that I cut them too big, so I had to, like, there were like big chunks of meat that I had to push down. At this point, I cut them into strips, as stated in the poem. I'm gonna keep it real. I put it in the fridge and I literally took it out after like 5 seconds.
Okay, guys, now is the time for a taste test. Smaller piece of it. I had a very fun experience making this dish and learning about indigenous cuisine in general. In the future, I will be making more indigenous recipes for me and my family, and thank you for watching. Yeah, yeah,